Welcome to the Business Champion Show, sponsored by KMAReducation.org. Get ready to dive into the vibrant world of local businesses with us. We're here to chat about all things growth, health, and productivity, straight from the owners and the employees themselves. Why should you listen? Because we're spilling the beans on what makes businesses tick in our community. From awesome success stories to practical tips, we've got the inside scoop to help you level up your game. So don't touch that dial and join the party. Here is your host, Mariette Kammerer.
Hello and welcome to the Business Champion. I'm your host, Mariette Kammerer. Today's program is all about when did we stop? An 8-year-old's lesson in confidence. An 8-year-old girl named Dakota recently participated in a dance performance. Afterwards, she announced that she would like to perform a solo next time. So for many adults, the thought of standing alone in front of an audience is terrifying. Yet Dakota saw it as an opportunity. So this conversation explores what happens between childhood and adulthood. When do we stop raising our hands? When do we start worrying more about judgment than possibilities? And what can adults learn from a young girl who is willing to step forward when many step back? Through an honest conversation with Dakota today, we explore confidence, courage, dreams, role models, self-belief, and the willingness to be seen. The goal isn't to teach Dakota something. The goal is to discover what Dakota might teach us. Welcome, Miss Dakota, to the Business Champion. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Hi.
Yeah, and here's the first question. Dakota, when did you decide you wanted to do a solo performance? What made you think of that? What happened? What happened at the dance recital in the group performance? What happened?
Well, I have lots of encouragement and my friends really encouraged me, so I was really thinking I could do a solo.
How did they encourage you? Were they performing on stage? Were they part of the group that performed?
Yeah. So, I liked how they danced with me because that just gave me encouragement that I could do it myself.
So in other words, they were really watching you to make sure they would do the right thing, and you were kind of leading the way. And they were happy with themselves that everything worked out good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a standing ovation from everybody. Now, what happened afterwards that you decided, next time I want to try this solo by myself? What happened?
Everybody, they just kept telling me that I should do a solo by myself. And I was really thinking I'm able to do a solo by myself because I'd done it many times before with a group of friends. So it I kind of told myself that I could do it by myself.
Yeah. So when the kid said, "Oh, Dakota, you should really try to do this by yourself," that was the last straw for the new beginning of you doing this solo. That's how I read it. Is that correct? Yeah. Oh, okay. So how did it make you feel performing within a group? How did it make you feel?
It made me feel good and happy that I was dancing with others.
Yeah. Were you happy for the others too, that they did a good job?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, when in a group, I would imagine if the other people or maybe even just one, if they don't know the steps, they could botch up the whole show for the people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that didn't happen, thank God. That's great. And I have this wonderful picture of you holding the beautiful flowers. That's just really wonderful. So here's the next question. What if anybody had or someone had told you, no, you can't do that. You cannot do solo performance.
that would make me feel upset. I would probably try to tell them that not even if I mess up on something, that doesn't mean I can do something like powerful and great, because who cares if they tell you can't do it? You're encouraging yourself and you tell yourself you could do it.
Right. That's right. So, what if it had been a teacher or an adult where they said, "Nah, you're too young. You shouldn't be standing on the stage by yourself." What would you have told them?
I would say, I can do it. I've done it before. I think I could do it, and just give me a chance. I can probably make it on the first try.
I love that. I love your answers. And I want our audience to know this is not rehearsed. This is not scripted out or anything. So Dakota is answering on her free will, her free mind, everything. Let's go to the next question, Dakota. When you see something you want to do, what happens inside of your mind? What happens if you have an idea and you say, "Oh, I must try this out"? What happens in your mind?
In my mind, I feel like it's gonna work out nicely, and that I can probably do it in a couple of tries by practicing and giving myself confidence.
Yes, and you know what happens in my mind when I have ideas, and of course I have ideas all the time because that's my livelihood, and I love my ideas, and I have to love my ideas, and right away I get this feeling of having a lot of strength, and then I need to try it out right away. Okay, let's see, where do I begin? And then I start putting a strategy together in my mind, and then I'm so excited about it, I can hardly wait. And a lot of people have told me when they work with me, and they just have let's say a great idea, and then they say when they're finished, "Oh, Mariette, we know that it's already done. It's already done," because I do things right away. When I love my ideas, I do it right away. You know, many times I have ideas in bed. Do you have ideas too during the night or in bed or when you wake up early?
Yeah, I do a lot.
Yeah, me too. Especially in the morning, I start thinking about different things and how to work something out. So I'm glad you're the same way. So next question: do you ever think about what could go wrong?
Sometimes. I never know like what's gonna happen. But if I feel like something's gonna go wrong, I would like stop someone from doing it, and then if they really think that it's not that bad, I would just tell them not to do it. Like,
Right. No, but no, what I'm saying is, do you ever think when you have an idea and you want to try it out, do you ever think about what could go wrong?
yeah, because sometimes I'm like, should I try this or should I not? Because if I'm gonna do something that's tricky, you never know what's gonna happen. Like, I always think like, I never know if I'm gonna get hurt or like.
Yeah, but you would already know. Let's say you would already know. You and I don't have any experience in jumping out of a plane. So we wouldn't even think of doing projects because we have because we don't have any experience. So why would we go in the plane and jump out? That doesn't make any sense. So, but to kind of continue with your answer, I never think about what could go wrong because I know my territory. I know when I go in different directions, I know I could get hurt. In other words, to give you an example in our audience, I wouldn't step into a race car and start racing a car going around the track. No, I'm not qualified and I'm not interested. So there's certain things that we already know ahead of time, and I don't think about do I get hurt. I wouldn't jump in the water and start swimming because I don't know how to swim and I stay out of the water. So it's not that I want to say I know my limits. I think the better word to use is I know my experiences. And if I want to experience something new, like in water, it's like swimming, I would have to learn how to swim. And that I would have to learn for quite a while till I feel confident that I want to do a solo swimming. That's the point I wanted to make. So, but you answered my question. Thank you very much. What does confidence feel like to you? Do you ever get nervous, Dakota?
No, not really. I don't get nervous often unless it's something tricky.
Like what would you call tricky? Like heating up a pot pie or heating up a slice of pizza in the microwave oven. Is that tricky for you?
A little bit, because, like, it's hard not to burn yourself because you have to, like, preheat the oven and everything.
Right.
And you could accidentally burn yourself. So.
Right. But do you get nervous at times? Oh, let me ask you this. When do you get nervous?
I get nervous when like I'm about to go on like a scary stage or going on like a roller coaster or something. Like
Yeah.
It just like freaks me out. But I mean, after all, it's not that scary if you just try it.
Right. Roller coaster up and down, go up the height and then down. And yeah, it's just getting used to that feeling. But does your tummy ever feel funny?
A little bit.
Yeah, certain times, right? Oh, let me ask you this. When you have a new teacher, a teacher nobody has ever met, and you have a new teacher, and do you ever get like nervous with new teachers?
No. I mean, all people are nice and some are bad, but I know that teachers will be nice to their students because I had new teachers before that I haven't even met, and this year I have a new teacher that I don't even know, and he's pretty kind, so I'm kind of, it's not that scary when you meet someone new because you don't really know their personality yet, but you can always ask questions to them, like
Right. You wouldn't feel funny talking to them, introducing yourself. Hi, I'm Dakota, and start asking them questions. Like, what questions would you ask a new teacher that's just taking over a class?
I would ask if they get, like, if something's noisy, do they get angry, or if like something happens, will they get mad or like emotion? And if they like, and I would ask if they like get confused sometimes, because like, I mean, everybody can help with that if they do, so.
And those are questions you would, sorry to interrupt you, Dakota, those are questions you would ask.
Yeah.
I would too, yeah, and see what they say. And I think adults appreciate when children come up to them and introduce themselves and ask questions, because we don't know, maybe they get confused having 30. How many kids are in your class? 20 or 30?
19 or 18.
Okay, that's quite a bit too. And then especially they're not all quiet at the same time. It's a
Yeah.
constant reminder, please, kids, calm down, and so forth. So I think it's a good idea, what you said. Now, let's go to the role model. You said, I am a role model. What does that mean to you, and where did you hear that word? What meaning does it have to you?
So role model means to me like I'm a star, like I'm a superstar on stage. And the way I learned that word is my mind just like thought of a role model because I see lots of people being role modeled and lots of people like talk about what role model means, and that's kind of where I get the word from.
Yeah, to me, thank you for that. To me, it means a role model could be, oh, I like to be like that person. Maybe that person sings very well, or reads very well, or dances very well, that I just want to be like that person. Whether it's a boy or girl or man or woman, you just like their performance or the way they speak. And I'm not talking about the way they look. We're not talking about looks today. If somebody's pretty or not so pretty, we're not talking about that. We're talking about performance, right? So, because maybe I want to learn how to sing really well or how to dance. A lot of people have that desire. They want to learn how to really dance well or speak well. So getting back to role models, so that has different meanings to different people, but thank you for sharing what it means to you. Now, when you're standing in front of people, what are you thinking about when you're on stage? Do you actually see the people? Obviously, you see the people sitting in the audience, but do you actually look at them? Or you just looking straight ahead?
I'm looking at them because I want them to see me, because I don't want them to be like, do they see me that I picked the wrong seat? I just want to make sure that everybody can see me. And because if they don't see me, they're not going to see me dancing, obviously.
Do you know, I just had an idea. Now, I'm on stage, right? I'm on stage all the time. And when I'm on stage and I start talking, and of course I have my notes and I refer to my notes all the time. And if I'm actually looking at somebody's face, when I'm actually really looking at each face in the audience, I'm afraid that I would lose my train of thought. I'm afraid that I would lose my text. So that's very interesting what you're doing. Because what you're saying is you really like to see their reaction in their faces, right, Dakota? That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Have you tried that with singing or just with dancing?
I tried it with singing before.
And how did that make you feel? Did that work okay for you?
Sometimes, no, not really, because, I mean, it's like, sometimes on a note, I would mess up and it just like ruins the whole song. And it's kind of more tricky because when you're dancing, it's a little bit more easy.
Yes.
Because there's teachers on the end of the stage giving you guidance.
Right. Dakota, I got the answer. You know what it is? When we're singing, we got to focus. We got to focus on the lyrics, right? Now, if I'm looking straight ahead and I'm singing and I'm really looking at the faces. I'm looking at their eyes and what their mimics and the faces and everything. I lose. Those are two different sets of focus. We need to focus on the lyrics, right? We're singing. But when I focus on looking at you, those are two different focus. I've never done that. I'm going to think about that. That's something I just learned. I got to think about that one because it has to be trained. It has to be learned to do that. You know, to sing or talk and look at the audience and look at everybody's faces because your focus is divided. That's very interesting what I just learned. Very interesting. Versus dancing, yes, where the teacher is on the side of the stage or close by, and if you mess up a little bit, they motion with their body. So it's two different things. You're absolutely right. I learned something. Now, we already know you're not too worried about making mistakes, but if you do make mistakes, how do you work with that?
If I make a mistake, I just try again and tell myself I can do it this time.
That's right. Because you know what? I try it, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is in life. I try it till it works. Because if it doesn't work, that means something I don't understand. So I keep trying, I ask questions, and before you know, I get it. And I do it. So I make mistakes, so what? I don't like to make mistakes, and especially when you're in front of an audience. And you know what? It's okay to correct yourself and repeat it. And I have done that on radio or on television, where I say, excuse me, I misspoke, and then I correct myself. And I continue instead of feeling, oh, I made a mistake and I can't go on. But those are all the beginning stages. That's part of everything. So it's okay to make mistakes, and the main thing is to correct it and keep going. That's how I look at it. So we're almost out of time. I do want to ask you, what is your biggest dream right now, Dakota?
To be a dance teacher.
A dance teacher?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Did you change it a little bit because you were into singing?
Yeah. I just really want to be a dance teacher because I'm really good at dancing, and I'm sure someday I could teach other people what I learned.
Absolutely. This is what I do too, Dakota. I teach other people what I learned over my lifetime. Now, we have a couple of more minutes left, and I do want your opinion on why do dreams matter?
Dreams matter because when you have a dream about something, you're thinking like, I really want to do this, and so what you do is you get the stuff you need to do it, and you practice a lot, and then when you're ready, you can do it. And dreams are important because when you think about your dreams, because dreams matter, and they matter because lots of people some people just think dreams are just like dumb and
like they're not important, right? That's what a lot of people. Yeah. What advice would you have? Sorry to interrupt you, but what advice do you have, Dakota, for adults? Because a lot of adults, because a lot of adults don't have the courage that you have to stand on a stage to sing or to talk or to dance. What advice would you have?
I would say to be brave, put a smile on your face, and step out there and do it.
There you go. That's what Dakota is saying. So as I'm listening to Dakota, I realize something. She doesn't spend much time asking, what if I fail? She asks, what if I can? Somewhere between childhood and adulthood, many of us become experts at explaining why something won't work. Dakota is still living in a world where possibilities are bigger than fears. Maybe confidence isn't something we gain. Maybe confidence is something we slowly lose and then spend the rest of our lives trying to find it again. Perhaps the lesson isn't about Dakota becoming a solo performer. Perhaps the lesson is asking yourself a much bigger question: when did we stop? And for today, Miss Dakota, I want to thank you for being on our show today, and we will stay in touch with you, and much luck to you and your performance. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.